So many things just happened before this video started. Like, my keys dropped on my face. I have a dope straw. Like, look how dope this straw. Oh, I just spilled juice literally everywhere. What is up, YouTube? I'm back with another story time, and I'm back, and I'm not as sick, but I'm still kind of sick. Shout out to Austin and everybody else on the cruise. Thanks for getting me super sick. I still can't really hear well. I may have an ear infection, but you know. So, as you guys know, I'm like storytime queen, and I love story times, and just like, I love to tell you guys my screw-ups in life. So, I'm gonna tell you not one, but two story times about when I was a dumbass little kid and thought I knew what was best for me. First story time takes place in 5th grade, and this was around the time where Lady Gaga was like the thing. Like paparazzi just came out. Of course, me being an impressionable little 10-year-old, was I 10? 10-year-old that I wanted to look exactly like Lady Gaga. So, I asked my mom to go and take me to get a haircut because I wanted like the Gaga bangs, you know, they were like down here, they were super cute, like, you know, whatever. So my mom was like, yeah, like, let's go after school, it's all good, it's lit, like, I'll book you an appointment. This was like the night before, and I was like, I don't really want to wait that long, Mom. Like, can't we just go now? I was asking this question at like 7 at night. Like, no one goes to get their haircut at 7 at night. I don't even know if that's possible unless you're like the fucking Kardashians. So my mom was like, no, like, you're gonna have to wait. I was a very impatient child, and when I wanted something right that second because I felt very entitled and was a prissy ass little bitch. And if I couldn't get something, I would take matters into my own hands. I locked myself in the bathroom and I took a piece of hair. I like cut it. I didn't even like do, like, I didn't wet it. I didn't like slant it. I literally like took a piece of hair and just went snip. It was literally like up here. Like, I used to have pictures, but like I burned all of them. I thought that I looked so fucking cute. Like, I was like, yes, girl, work. Like, oh my god, I look just like Queen Gaga. So I went to school and my bubble was quickly bursted. We'll just call her Michelle. So my friend Michelle was like, Taylor, who did your bangs? And I was like, oh, like, I did them myself. Aren't they super cute? Like, I look so much like Gaga. I know, like, no pictures, please. Because I was a conceited ass bitch. And she was like, let me help you. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, why are you trying to help me? And at this point, I was like, okay, obviously I look hella fucked because, like, everybody in the world is telling me that I look bad. And I was ashamed to, like, show my parents. So I was like, okay, fine, like, Michelle, you can help me after school. So I go to her house after school. My parents are still at work because at the time they did not work for themselves. And so they weren't home. They were like in their corporate jobs doing, you know, whatever corporate job people do. And I went to her house and she was like, okay, like, I'm gonna cut your bangs more and we're gonna fix it. I was just like, okay, like, cool, like, it's just gonna be like I don't have bangs anymore, like, it's cool. Because I thought it was just gonna look like, say, like, right now, like, if you cut my bangs off, it'll just, like, look like this, you know? So she just started snipping away, snipping, and she cut to like up here, you guys. So there was like my normal hair and then just like a patch. If you've ever seen those deranged girls who like cut their Barbie doll's hair and make it look like super botched, like, that was literally me. I started wearing like super chunky headbands and I managed to hide it from my parents for about a week. My mom's really good at like picking up on when something is not quite right because She's very observant, so if something is different about me, she's gonna notice. I never wore headbands. Like, I hated headbands. I could not stand them. I thought they were too girly, and I just did not wear them. So it was a little strange when for a week straight I went from like no headbands, never, like get them away from me, thanks, bye, to like headbands. I need some headbands. Like, let's go get some headbands, Mom. So she was like, something's not right here. So she made me remove the headband, and then you saw my botched hair job. Like, it was so bad. I wish I had a picture to like kind of show you, but at the same time, I'm glad I don't, because I'm glad that all those pictures were burnt out of existence and are not on Facebook. She was pissed. My dad was pissed. Everyone was pissed. Michelle's parents were pissed, and I had to do like a Donald Trump comb over for like the next 6 months. It was so lit. So shout out to Michelle for fucking up my hair, and shout out to Lady Gaga for inspiring me to fuck up my own hair, and shout out to like 10-year-old Tay for thinking that I was smart enough to not fuck up my hair. But lesson learned. So this next story time is not necessarily like all my fault. It was more the universe being like, oh, you don't want to listen? Like, we'll show you. Like, no problem, boo. When I was younger, I was that kid, like my parents, when I was a baby, got my ears pierced. My ear piercings never seemed to stay in my ears, so they waited until I was like 8. Got my ears pierced again. Something happened, like I just didn't take care of it properly, got infected, so we couldn't wear earrings. And then 7th grade rolls around. I had decided that I wanted to get my ears pierced again, and my parents, being the lovely pushover people, shout out to you, love you very much, they tend to get me what I want when I ask long enough. Of course I asked long enough because I know how my parents work. They're like, okay, you cannot sleep on your side when your ears first get pierced, because like when you were little we kind of took care of it for you, but now you're older and you cannot sleep on your side. And I was like, yeah, like I understand, like la 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 la, just let me like listen to my Justin Bieber and leave me alone. Did I listen to my parents? No. This dummy right here decided to sleep on my side, because I always sleep on my side like this. So I slept on my side. And, you know, I was like, okay, whatever, like it's fine. Nothing's gonna happen. I wake up the next morning and I wasn't even at home. I was at my grandparents' house in North Carolina. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, like what are we having for breakfast, you know, whatever. And everything was fine. And all of a sudden, my grandmother goes, honey, where's your second earring? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you need to go look in the bathroom, like your second earring isn't there. And I was like, okay. So I went and I looked and I was like, that's really weird. Like, I looked at it and I was like, there's no earring there. Like, what's going on? I rush into the guest bedroom. I check all the bedding. Like, I'm like, where's my earring? Where's my earring? Whatever. And I'm like, okay, I can't find my earring. Like, I need to call my mom. So my parents were like in town. We were staying with like different relatives, you know, making our rounds. I called my mom. I'm like, hey mom, like I lost my earring, like come help me find it. Plus you kind of have to like pick me up anyways. I can't find it anywhere. And she's like, okay honey, like it's fine, we'll just get you a new pair of earrings. It's like whatever. And then I'm like walking out the door and I feel like a slight pain in my ear. And I was like, that's different. Like, that's not supposed to happen. My mom's like, honey, come here for a second. So she looks at my ear, and then she turns to the back of my ear, and you can see the back end, like the little back end that stabs through the ear, and you can see that fine. But the stud isn't there. So we were like, okay, like did the stud break off? Like what happened? We do what any other smart person would do, and we go to urgent care. And urgent care examines it, and the stud is in my ear. Like, and when I say in my ear, like where my ear is, right here, the stud is trapped inside. I was a dumbass and slept on my side, and it pushed through my newly pierced ear hole into the inner part of my ear right here where it was trapped, and they basically had to push it out. They had to numb my ear and just push it through. There's a lot of blood. I still remember like the tub of blood that they held, and it was just so gross. And so gross. That numbing stuff like did not work because I felt all the pain. After a good 2 hours of them shoving the earring through my ear, it finally got out, and luckily I don't have like a gross scar. I don't really wear earrings that much anymore just because that's a fucking traumatic ass thing to go through. And yeah, so listen to your parents. Okay guys, that is it for this video. I hope this makes up for me not being super consistent. I'm still trying to get into the swing of things, of being back off of vacation, trying to finish up school, trying to balance bunch of things, and my mind is just jumbled, but I still love you guys. I will always love you, and just please remember that. And I want to hug every single one of you, and I wish every single one of you in the whole wide world were a playlist, because I would hug every single one of you. But I just want to stress that I love you guys so much, and that love never goes away. And just because I haven't been consistent doesn't mean that I love you any less. I'm just trying to sort things out in my life right now. But I still love you all. Please don't be mad at me. And hopefully I will have everything sorted out and all Gucci soon. I have some very special videos coming up, and I'm very excited to work on them and see how you guys like them. But that is it for now. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below for further video suggestions, or if something like that has ever happened to you, or the result of some time that you didn't listen to your parents and you probably should have. Follow me on all my social medias. They will be linked down below as always. Subscribe for new videos. I put out new videos every single week. I will see you guys next video, and stay Gucci.
Drop it low, let me play that back. What?